Let's get to some more villainess punches people in the face because she has anger issues. Episode 4 or 5? I don't even know anymore. What is that run, bro? Bro. If you run like that, I hope you die. Like, I don't even care if you're Saint Nicholas at that point. If you run like that, it's just Rip Bozo. That's you, bitch! Record scratch. Record scratch. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation. If you are hitting someone, if you're moving at normal speed and they're moving slower, wouldn't the punches hit extra hard? I think they would. See, this is what happens with people who are on the Epstein's list and those like Diddy. We shouldn't be pardoning them. We should be beating the living ever out of them. So by the time a single second passes, he has like 15 hits to him. That's savage. That's some JoJo shit right there. Like, we are essentially watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This looks like she's got streaks and shit now. Don't worry, this isn't Dust Beyond the End of World. We don't got a brother fetish on the show. And anyway, I started blasting. He's got that America energy in him. Ooh, who got shot? Yeah, I mean, at that point, if you ain't marrying him... Now, I'm still not willing to say in love, because I think she has attraction that goes passionate. And while I do expect she would have punched for anyone there, this is an anger look of, that's my future husband. That's all I'm saying. Oh, he got like a protection amulet? Wait. Is this man's whole fucking defense was, your punches won't work against me, which immediately says he has some sort of protection amulet. And the way we overcome that is by taking it off his neck? There's no way he's that stupid, bro. What the fuck? He's not dead yet! She straight up was like, yo, I'll never forget you, big dog. See, this is what I mean. I don't think she's in love with him yet, but she's got the pathway to get in love with him. I feel like the dog would have... Okay. Her pet's a fucking dragon. I mean... Yo, she's Epsteining him. They're gonna make it look like he killed himself. This fucker is never gonna answer for his crimes and expose the true bullshit. He's like, you can't back... This man's dead ass looking at the prince saying, don't you fucking dare. If you try to back out of this now, I will make sure you don't get up from your next death blow. Take her off my hands, please, for the love of God. This man's got some riz, I gotta be real. Look at that face. If you trying to tell me this man doesn't have an in, you're lying to yourself. And maybe it will explain why you fumble the men and women in your life. Because if they looking at you like this... Toy!
Huh?
He had it! He fumbled it, bro. If he would have called her a toy, he would have had a proper engagement. Now all he's gonna have is a fist to his nuts, which, to be fair, maybe what he's going for. The thing I love about this show is that as violent and chaotic as it is, it surprisingly has heart. Just that heart will definitely have blood on the outside rather than just the inside. This was just a small portion of my full live reaction. Catch the full one over on Patreon, but let's jump into the review. We got a lot to break down this week. We may only be 5 episodes into May I Ask for one final thing, but in 5 episodes, I think I've seen more bullshit than a lot of shows with their bullshit. I mean, really, let's take a step back. The MC broke off an engagement and broke the faces of so many rich nobilities, including who turned out to be an Isekai MC, which, you know, for anime doesn't happen too often. You know, the only time I can recall the character being Isekai that isn't the MC in recent memory is Executioner's Way of Life. You have this romance brewing between the prince, who the prince, he's a lovable scumbag. That's the best way to describe him. He'll take a shot for you, and he did in this episode. And he had an in. He could have had a nice, sappy, generic romance. I think had he not called her a toy, I think while, yes, she still would have been, like, a little ice princess, I think she would have agreed to an engagement and we would have built into a normal romance, just with a kind of saucy queen. But nah, he called her a toy, so now we have pretty much an equal shot of walking into next episode with the prince actually dead, because she beats him to death, as we do with just seeing a Looney Tunes level bump on his head as he's smiling because he just loves to be beat up by hot women. Isekai MC's out here Epstein and people. making it look like they killed themselves so things don't get uncovered. This is episode 5, mind you, still. I swear to God, we have 4 different isekai plotlines going on, and I felt like I've watched like 48 episodes at this point. Not because it's fast-paced, but I'm just kind of baffled that a show about a hot villainess beating up scumbags has been able to deliver as much as they did, but it's pretty great. It's kind of weird though, because I've been seeing, I thought this was a one-off, but it's actually a consistent enough opinion that I'm starting to think I'm the weird one, which I guess shoot me, hopefully not quite as literally as it did in this episode. People have been complaining about the production of this show, and that's really weird to me. And I honestly wonder if it's a case of people just not liking the art style. Because here's what I mean. If you look at something like Demon Slayer does have some really good sakuga, some great animation. The way Ufotable uses effects in 3D, it's great. But Demon Slayer has a very sharp art style because that's what Ufotable's known for. They're very, like, hyper detailed character models. But Demon Slayer, like any anime, stands still a fair amount. And I honestly wonder if you were to change the art style for something like Demon Slayer, would people still rave about the animation as much as they do? Because I don't think a lot of people honestly understand the difference between art and animation. And this is where my point comes up. Are people actually criticizing animation? Because the animation I'm seeing is pretty damn smooth with these kicks and punches and the like. Or is it a case of they don't like how the general characters look, so when they're more static, they think it's more stiff? Because honestly, if you slap the Demon Slayer art style on these characters, like, I'm not saying it wouldn't feel jarring because it wouldn't fit, but like, I honestly wonder if some of those complaints would go away. Genuine question. I'm not criticizing people who like feel like the animation and maybe even the art isn't what they want. This is just my general thought process, because for me, I like how the general art looks. I like how the animation's moving. So for me, I'm not really looking at this as an underproduced show of the season. So that's just my general train of thought. You can let me know your thoughts on it. But overall, though, they're making some steady progress. And they got a lot of small things that I really like about the show, such as the brother. Brother, unironically, my favorite part of the show right now. Him just being like, ha ha ha. Oh, Julius, you silly boy, you've already been engaged to my sister. You can't back out now. This man deadass is like, for the love of God, you're gonna marry her? You're gonna take her off my hands, and any bullshit that comes your way will be your political bullshit to deal with rather than my own. The man does not want to go to an early grave from stress, and I really respect that. You got the isekai plotline because the isekai MC is trying to do her thing. I don't know, she might not even be evil. Maybe she's like legitimately trying to do some heroic shit. I doubt it, mind you, but I'm just, benefit of the doubt. That's all interesting. You got a girl who just wants to punch pretty boys, which I can respect. And you got all these other political, like, we already punched a different prince into a... We punched him so hard he landed into a tree in another kingdom and somehow lived. At first I was like, how did that fat bastard survive his punch to, who knows where? But I guess if princes can go headfirst into a tree, maybe healthcare and magical healthcare in this world's a little bit different. Either way, this show's f***ing awesome. I'm loving it. It's hilarious. It's badass. And rare for me to ever say this, but I'm glad our boy fumbled the marriage because it will allow for chaotic messes to continue. But I love the fact that he's not in love with her. He's just like interested in her. She's fascinating. And for her, she clearly thinks he's hot. And there's elements of like, he kind of woos me, but he pisses me off enough that I'm not going to fall for him anytime soon. Best couple. Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new around your Patreon so you can catch those full live reactions. So I'll listen more like I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got B. Monkeith, Tade Goldway, One Piece Man, Nicholas Wilhelm, Francis Mondra, Neko Chibi, Miguel Frances, Kim Andre Olsen, Shadow868, and we also have Jacob Winslow. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Have a good one.